Welcome back to the continuation of Sylvie's Wish story time with Carina Coen. I'm the author of Sylvie's Wish. So those who've been following know that Sylvie asked for a wish from Mother, Father, God to become a mermaid and a fairy, making her a merfairy. Now she is in fairyland, and the fairy queen is about to make a wonderful speech to her people, her little people of Elfame. So as a mark of respect to the fairies, I'm going to light a gratitude candle. So this is in gratitude to all the animals and all the insects and all the plants and all the flowers and all the waters of the seas and the rivers that are keeping all of us alive. That is what we need to focus on, to give our thanks and gratitude to nature. There we will find all the cures and all the solutions. So let's crack on with the story. The time had come for the respected Queen of Elfame to speak to her loyal elemental beings of nature. All the fairies, the pixies, and even the leprechauns, who were becoming a little bit loud and unruly, they had to be told to be quiet by the Fairy Queen. Everyone now became still and silent in the peaceful woods. Birds of all descriptions and colours perched on all the magnificent trees, all awaiting this vitally important speech. My open heart greets you all, my people of Elfame. As your fairy queen, I am proud to be here for this magical and historical time in our fairy evolution. Father Sky, Mother Earth, all the gods, goddesses, and the angels have blessed us with this miracle this day. Instead of us gathering in the moonlight, we've come out in the sunshine to honor this occasion. I thank you, and so many of you, for flying long distances, leaving your friends and family and loved ones to be here. I know that many of you are fearful of certain kinds of humans who wish to carry on destroying our habitat and our pure existence. Their daily actions may destroy Mother Earth as we know her, and all her species, and even the humans themselves. She paused for a moment. She wanted to reassure her entire fairy kingdom and give them hope for the future. Father Sky and Mother Earth have not forgotten us. They have this very day sent a human girl, pure of heart. They have granted Sylvie's wish to become a merfairy among us. The Queen continued, whilst her entire kingdom listened intently to her every word. This human girl has come to our realm to remind us of the pure love energy that still remains in many millions of human heart minds on planet Earth. It is our joyful responsibility to love this human girl and invite her to be one of us. We can guide her through the secrets of nature for her to bring back to her world, to transform mortals and purify our ethers in all dimensions. We can move forward towards our evolution as we are meant to, and not be destroyed by fear, hatred, greed, confusion, and disillusionment in leadership anymore. Let us bless this fairy girl as she joins our fearless quest and adventures into our world of magic, creativity, and wonder. We shall teach Faersylvie about our magical connection with nature as we feel it, feed it, and heal its very core. At that moment, there was an enormous roar in the crowd, with all sizes of fairies and mystical earth creatures, both beautiful and ugly, joining hands, hugging, crying, and becoming absolutely giddy with excitement. The fairy celebration was officially underway, magic food appearing for all. Faersylvie felt truly honoured, yet she started to feel a little bit scared and quite overwhelmed as she sat quietly in her beautiful wooden stag's chair. What was this fairy queen saying exactly? No one mentioned to her about this incredible fearless quest. Then she had a flashback to the seashore in her mind's eye. Wait a minute, she thought. She remembered the angels with stars upon their foreheads who were guiding her to her destiny. These mystical angels had led Faersylvie into the waters when she had first become a mermaid under the moonlight, to the seahorses to join Mer-King Neptune and all of the Mer Kingdom. She recalled their words of reassurance when she was frightened. Trust and believe in the miracles that are happening to you, Sylvie. One day you will understand everything. Sylvie, now Faersylvie, suddenly understood why the gods and goddesses of the angels had granted her wish. She wondered and went silent in her own mind. Despite all the commotion, attention, and love lavished upon her by the entire fairy kingdom, she nervously questioned whether she could do this. Charlie the unicorn could sense Faersylvie's sudden fear and uneasiness after the fairy queen's speech. He intuitively sent her a reassuring and strong message through his unicorn horn to her telepathically. She felt his message in her heart and in her mind. She could see his unicorn horn glowing strongly, even in the daylight. Charlie the unicorn spoke to her mind again. You can do this, Faersylvie. Believe in yourself. You are a magical merfairy. Miracles do happen. Miracles can happen. Faersylvie could feel his powerful words dance inside her heart. She looked into her own core, smiling to her inner self, and she realized she could do this. Sylvie wanted to learn from these magical beings and share their knowledge for the greater good. This is what she always wanted to do when she was a human girl. She smiled and prayed to herself, knowing that she would return, hopefully, one day to her human family. The world could then change to become part of a new, thrilling journey. The fairy queen knew a deep, private, and sad truth. She knew not all the human beings, not all the animals, or even some of the elemental beings would be happy to join this earth transformation. But those that did join would help to raise earth consciousness to a new level of vibration and existence, kindred to the worlds that she was entering. Faersylvie began to feel alive inside. The sun shone through the magnificent ancient trees. The spirits danced, smiled, and bowed at her as they flew by. It was quite overwhelming, as it was her first day really being a fairy. Never had Faersylvie, remembering herself as a human girl, ever imagined that there would be so many types of nature spirits. The knowledge she remembered as a human girl was what she had read from old fairy storybooks and from looking at paintings by famous artists depicting their images of what they saw of the elemental kingdom. This time, there was something truly magical and different happening, especially as these fairy folk were known to usually only emerge at night. The Fairy Queen had reassured them protection under the veil and circling of the higher angelic realm, even during the daylight. Warm golden sunshine shone through the trees. The leaves and branches were waving gently as if dancing. The trees loved dancing with the angels. They had their wishes come true to have the heavens from above greet them, surround and protect them. The sounds of all the animals became in itself a song, from bird song to insects and butterflies, dancing with their wings, flying in between fairy rings, the rabbits, the deer, hedgehogs, the moles, the frogs, from the fish to the otter. It was a unique circus of sound that Faersylvie, as a human girl, had never heard. There was a vision of earth and nature in complete harmony and simultaneously sharing all its glory, creation and magic to behold. The Fairy Queen smiled at Faersylvie as her wings sparkled brightly in the sunshine. Without words, she magically sent a stream of tiny heart stars, sprinkling them around Faersylvie. These heart stars each had the shape of a star, containing a rainbow of colors at its core. They were a mixture of white, of purple, of indigo, turquoise, rich emerald green, soft pink, golden yellow, strong orange, turning coral, and finally a deep red rose. The rainbow colors within these heart stars would become more significant later in Faersylvie's adventures, when they would manifest in the outer human realm. Faersylvie was to learn of the ancient devas who worked with earthly rainbows between fairyland and the angels. There was to be a time for earth healing and transformation of all human internal heart minds. These heart rainbow stars dissolved into Faersylvie's internal chakras, allowing Faersylvie to fly with the same speed as the air slips. Even when she had become a fairy girl, she could only see these slips fly as flashes of light in the distance. Now, some of you listening to this storybook may be wondering, well, what does she mean by chakras? Apparently, all humans and the earth itself are made up of these living energies. The ancient Sanskrit word chakra simply means wheel or vortex of energy. The wheel is circular and turns upon its axis. These energy fields, or vortexes, are a living network of subtle energies. They're similar to Earth's rivers. Sometimes for many humans, like rivers, their internal chakras can be blocked by obstruction and drained energy, or they can be happy, fully nourished, healthy and flowing chakras. There are 7 main chakras in the human, animal and elemental body, and geographical locations upon Mother Earth. In humans, elemental beings and animals, the chakras begin at the base of the spine the abdomen, the solar plexus at the base of your sternum, the heart, the throat, all chakras, the throat, the forehead, and the crown of the head. All chakras have various functions relating to human or animal health. The crown chakra is the unique center of consciousness for each and every human and animal. One of the Sylph fairies, who was larger than the other elemental beings, appeared to Faersylvie during this heart star ceremony. The Sylph's body was long and thin, with delicate strands of golden light emanating from her body, her wings clear, sparkling with an amazing white glow. Her saucer eyes were huge, her ears were pointy and long, as if they had been stretched. Around her was a ray of white light that made her glow. She did not speak. She moved her long, thin arms and fingers towards Faersylvie, inviting her to join her. With this new magic bestowed upon Faersylvie by the Fairy Queen, she could fly with this fast Sylph fairy, a most unusual nature spirit. Faersylvie knew it was time to leave the celebrations. She knew in her heart-mind she could return for many more fairy parties in the future. All the fairies, even the ugly or so-called evil or mischievous ones, smiled and continued their revelry, really amusing themselves. Faersylvie knew she needed to prepare for her new mission. So that's another little piece of Sylvie's wish. Keep the magic alive. Spend as much time as you can in nature. Learn how you can heal nature. Even if it means every time you go out for a walk, bring a little bag and pick up rubbish. Apologize to the fairies. And endeavour to try to live plastic free and try to live healthily. One step at a time, we can change the world to make it a happier, safer, and healthier place for all of us to live in together. Love to you on your journey. Sylvie's wish, Carina Coen.